And there are two people in this book that are no longer with us. And their dream before they passed into the other world was to have their work published. They always wanted to have their poetry published, and they never got the chance. And so their loved ones came to me and said, would you be open to publishing their work? And I said, of course. And so we have a mother who unfortunately died in Australia within a domestic situation. And then we also have a grandmother who passed away naturally over in America. And so, both parties have their work printed. And so it's an honor, honestly, to be able to give the families, but then also the people, like, to give them their dream. You know, like, I'm giving dreams even after they're passed. And that's a beautiful feeling to be able to do. So this book is so special. Like, and a lot of people are like, it's so funny. They're like, I'm not really into poetry. Like, yeah, like, I like your book, but like, poetry is a bit of a stretch.
That is hilarious. Well, first off, I just want to go ahead and say thank you for all the work that you do. And I can truly feel in my heart that you are so passionate about helping humanity. And then just having everyone writing together, because I think I mentioned this to you before, that we are a collective consciousness. We all are one. And once we all have that inner peace, whether we express it through art, writing, whatever, we will have world peace.
I really do agree, and I do believe that this is like that kind of point. Like, it's my way of bringing that consciousness up, of making awareness of how we can actually shift. Mm-hmm. How we can, when people wake up and they feel like life is too much, there is no hope. Like, this is a physical and material way of saying, no, there is hope. There is actual hope, and we can actually get through this, and we can learn and develop together, and we can change. And I deeply, deeply, deeply believe that the world that we live in right now is not the world that we're going to live in forever. It's up to us to shift. It's up to us to proactively contribute in a positive way. It's up to us to develop and to lift our consciousness. And so for me, like, this book, I've watched those 23 participants, because I'm the 24th, learn and develop, and and be influenced in a positive way, and contribute and come together and support each other. And like, it's literally been this like beautiful nuance of like, I'm not doing well this week, and then others are like, oh, that's okay, I wasn't doing well last week, like, totally get it, so it's just, and I truly believe that this is just a representation of how we will live, of how we will coexist through the barriers, through the walls, through the national lines that they like to put around all these countries. And yeah, it's wonderful. And, the other beautiful thing about this book is that everyone contributed to it. Yeah. Everybody contributed. So the cover was done by one of the persons contributing, Amber, who's like the youngest contributor. I think she's 16, and she did this beautiful cover for it. Actually, I don't know if I can share.
Let me see if I can go ahead and put share screen on here for you. Okay, should be able to now.
There we go. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know, right? It's great. It's so beautiful, right? Like, it's so perfect. Like, it really is perfect.
I love the colors.
And so yeah, it's so cool. Like, it's just kind of, you just want to, it's almost like a warm hug. I love that about it. So one of the contributors, she did the cover for this, and then one of the other ladies, she was she did the font for the words of the book. And then someone else, he's blind, so he's a Canadian man, and he's blind, and he's like, I can't really help you in any other way, but what I can do is I can do podcasts. So he's done this whole series of podcasts on each of the poets, which
Oh,
has just been so
wow.
beautiful. Yeah, it's been so beautiful. And it's called Between the Covers. And so it's about, interviewing each of the poets and getting a deeper understanding of who they are, and which has been so wonderful. Like, his name's Randy, and he's just been such a lovely man. And so he's also a poet. And so that's what he did. And then Tarika, who is one of my friends, who was one of the first or second people I asked to can be a contributor, she's done like a weekly spotlight on each of the poets. And so it's just been really cool, because you go onto the Facebook page and you get to kind of understand who is contributing, and especially the people that have passed. So
Yeah.
like the people that are no longer with us, you kind of get an insight into who they were and what they've accomplished, and like just these amazing, it's just been really cool. And then and so then we let another lady, Kyla, has actually done like the layout, and she's just about to load the book into Ingram Spark. And so like she's done like all the typesetting and all of that. And so it's just been like, honestly, it's just been everybody come together and physically create this book, not only contribute to it, but they've also had like this amazing invested interest in it, which I just think is so, yeah, it's been such a special project. So like I've been watching these people like learn different skills and contribute, and turn up, and they didn't necessarily have to turn up, and they have. And there's this Facebook group where we're all in, and everybody kind of talks, and it goes off a lot, but they all contribute, and they send photos of what they're doing, of where they are in the world, and and it's just kind of, when we're cheering them on when they've got, like, when they're launching books and stuff, and or they've got a life achievement, and so it's really building that community spirit, I suppose, in a way. And on it, and like, I started this and I had no idea it was going to take on the kind of the breadth of what it has, but it's been so beautiful to see. So beautiful to see these people that I've never met. Well, I've met a couple of them, but I've never met, really walk into their own and let go of some of their fear, and shed that and be like, what, I actually am an amazing poet, and I do deserve to be here. And Stephanie's seen that in me. And so now I'm going to run with that. And like, if I could leave anything to this world, it would be to inspire and to ensure that everybody feels that, they feel their worth, because it's so important. It's so important to know that you are enough for this world, that you're enough for yourself, that you deserve to actually back yourself, like, if you have a dream, go and live that dream. It doesn't matter what happens, right? You're going to learn something. And that's what a human being is to go, oh, that didn't work out that great. That's okay. I learned a lot though. And then go do something else.
Right, right. Oh my goodness.